All right, today we are doing part 3 on the live video. This is day 2 of a network install, and as you can see, we've got a bunch of cables that we've ran to different locations in the suite. We've got a backboard up, so I'm about to come up with a solution to get this to the wall, bring it down nice and neat. The client didn't send any kind of cable management, so I'm going to manufacture something with some screws and Velcro. That way it's neat, and I'm going to mount network equipment, and we're going to see if we can finish the site today, at least as far as we can. They don't have internet, so we're only going to be able to go so far. Let me show you what they have sent out. So they sent out a package. We've got a little switch, got a patch panel. They sent their own keystones and wall plates, and this little patch panel came with a little stripper, which is kind of interesting. And we've got a wall plate bracket. We've got a wall mount rack. So we're going to see if we can get all that installed properly. Get you set back up here on the stand so that it won't make you dizzy. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on getting this cable down to the backboard in a neat way. We've got 15 cables that we've dealt with, and then later on we're going to do terminations. Later on I'm going to do terminations at the wall side. My helper tech might be here by then, and we'll get to see him terminate these and put wall plates on them. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to get the backboard ready so that we are good to go on that. I'm going to try to do some Velcro on this. So I've got a big old spool of Velcro. And this is just drywall. So my hope is that I can put in some little drywall anchors and then run the screws through the Velcro. That way I can wrap it around the cable. Yeah, looks like it'll go through. I'm going to tilt you up so you can see. Hey, Dusty. Guys, I'm going to be working, here at the site, so I'm probably not going to be able to respond much to live chat, just so you know. Appreciate you guys watching. That light is really going to be in the way, isn't it? Let's see if I can get you away from the light, but still get visibility here. That might do it. All right, we're going to try that and see. And I'll bring you back down when I get Done with this ceiling part. We've got conduit here behind me, but I don't want to use that because it's electrical. I don't really have anything coming across. So it's probably just going to have to be a free span. I've got something to attach there. Actually, I guess I could just go up and over and attach to this. That would at least give me something to attach to. You know, and with this type of work, it's a whole bunch of figure it out, so you got to be able to think on your feet. All right, I'm going to move over a little bit so I can get to that area a little better. Okay. And of course that isn't the same space on both sides. Well. Open ceilings are so much fun. think I'm going to put my switch on this side. So I'll probably bring my cables over the top of this so that they're kind of naturally flowing down to this side. Okay. I want to get this dealt with before I start punching down because I want to get a service loop made and I want to have all this routed so I know the right length to cut my cables because I left a lot of spare. Back up just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now I should be able to just maybe bring this down here. Let's see what this rack mount patch panel looks like. bring you down a little bit. All right, so we've got a couple of different pieces we're working with here. They've got a wall mount rack that they're going to want me to use. And they said in the scope of work that they want this to be vertical. So what I'm not sure of is we've also got this, which I'm assuming is for the patch panel. It came with the patch panel unless he's wanting to do everything in the 6-port. So I'm probably going to have to call the client and verify how they want it done. Because if we did this, I could probably just put this on the wall, bring all the cables down, put my patch panel in here, bring the cables in from the back, and then we'll have all of the switch and everything accessible from this side. But it's one of those times when you don't know. You call your client and you ask. Bring you down here while I'm having a conversation with him. Oh. Sorry to shake you around there. Okay. Guess I will text him. Okay. Well, in the meantime, I still need to get the cable attached to the wall and Velcroed, bring it down to at least the backboard, and then we'll figure out everything else from there. Good morning, sir.
Hey, man. How are you?
Doing good. All right, I got
Good. Hey, I've got 4 texts in the field, so it's kicking my ass today.
Okay, I understand.
No, it's good. I have a random question for you before you ask yours.
Okay.
If we wrap this thing up today, they're actually talking to the C-suite about moving this location this Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
And this one location has already been upgraded with the Cisco equipment, so that equipment doesn't get installed until they close. And I need somebody to move all this, just the network gear on the wall, so that it plugs in over here, and then basically everything will work when they plug their computers in. So
Right. Well,
I need somebody to move that. Is that something you would be available to do for additional fees?
oh yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
So the question I have though is, do they have internet yet here at the new site?
No, they do not. So I think this site's going to be running on the LTE, which is built into the unit you'll be
Oh, okay.
So
All right. I just want to make sure.
Test it or get the camera. I know, that's what sucks. They burnt me on this one. Normally, you install equipment, we get everything working so we know it's ready to go. And they're like, no, we're just going to have you move the stuff. And I'm like, why didn't you ship me new stuff and then we'll decommission the other stuff? That's what I'd rather do.
Yeah. Okay,
But,
cool.
you know,
I just want to make sure you
we
were
don't want to
aware.
make it easy for anybody.
No, we couldn't make it easy. That would just be unreasonable.
Where's the fun in that? We pay you for a reason. We want you to be complicated.
All right.
Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, but Friday, right?
So
Yeah, right now.
You know, this site, they hit me with that, and I was like, not ready for that. And then we talked about it today, and they literally on today said, the girl running the meeting today on all the sites we're working on, she's like, if I can get the C-suite to agree to a Friday move, will we be ready? And I'm like, well, I think my guys will wrap up today. So technically, yes, we can be ready, except I don't have anybody to move that gear yet.
Right. Yeah. No, we should be able to move that. That'd be fine. We're right as of the moment. We're open Friday, so I can reserve it.
I'll let you know more today.
Okay.
Okay.
Work.
Perfect. All right. Sounds good, man. So yeah, you won't be able to focus the camera. You'll be able to mount it and stuff, but you won't be able to position it until we have it up and running. So.
Right.
So all right. Cool.
Okay. Now.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh,
Let me know if you have any other questions.
Wait. I gotta ask my question.
Yep. Oh yeah. Sorry. Go
Okay. All right. So I've got 2 mounts. I've got the hinged mount that looks like a 6U, and then there's another mount. I guess is the one that came with the patch panel. Am I putting the patch panel in with the hinged mount, or am I putting it on its own mount on that fixed mount?
So,
okay.
Did I not send you a picture in the platform?
Man, I don't think you did.
You know, this platform, as cute as it is, it's not great.
Well, they're getting there. It's not bad.
They're getting it there. Yeah, no, I've talked to them about it. I've told them, I said, you guys have got a pretty good setup, but you really need to finish up you got to get some of it cleaned up. Okay, so in the documents area, there's a backport and camera install PDF, and then there's also, I think I sent a couple of pics.
So I see the PDFs.
So go to the camera install PDF.
Okay.
If you go to, oh nope, that's not it. Damn it, Scott. Never mind. Sorry, I'm telling you, go to the wrong one. I may not have given you the right PDF here to do this.
Okay.
Nope, did not. So that's on me. Let me see if one of these images is going to give you a representation of that.
And I don't see any attached photos.
There was 2 images that were uploaded.
Let me see.
One was the 4408 desk.
Because I've got 3 PDFs. I've got the floor plan, cable run specs, and the backboard and the camera install.
Okay, hang on 1 second. So this is. Are you in the Fort Wayne location? No, you're in Oklahoma.
Yep.
Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong one. That's why I'm not seeing what I need. Hang on. Told you I have too many out there right now.
I understand.
Well, I don't. I don't like it when it crashes together like this. I like it spread out a little bit, so I have 1 or 2 a day that I can focus on. Yeah, I didn't give you any pictures. That's my fault. I'm going to text you a picture. So normally what happens is the patch panel kind of gets mounted up toward the top.
Okay.
On that small 2U little wall bracket that's got a hinge on it.
Right.
And then below that, sideways or
vertically.
Vertically, I mean,
yep.
We normally mount that one up and down. So I don't want the data ports pointing up for ceiling shit to fall in it.
Right.
So
yeah, exactly.
We mount it sideways, and I'll send you a picture.
Yeah. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, I just wanted to verify how you wanted it done before I did it. So.
I appreciate you asking, and I apologize that I did not get that document up there because we have a document that kind of has a picture or two of that, and I normally put it up there. So that's on me.
Well, you're just going to have to do better.
I'm working on it, man.
Oh my gosh. All right, cool.
All right, man, cool. Well, I will let you know later today about the move, if that's going to happen or if it's going to be next week. But I'm going to need somebody to move that stuff, and I'll get a time coordinated with you then.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, bye. Love it when you have buyers and clients that are awesome. He's a good guy. And by the way, I probably shouldn't say on a live where I'm at or who this client is, but it is a platform. Let's put it that way. So it's one of the big platforms, like Field Nation, CloudWork Pro, WorkMarket. Okay, so I'm waiting on that photo from him, but again, I'm going to go ahead and get my cable down to the backboard, and then we'll go from there. I'm using drywall anchors because I want to make sure this doesn't pull loose, because it's going to, this is heavy enough, it could pull loose if I just went into drywall. I always drill a pilot hole with the metal screw first before I put in the plastic. Has something to bite. Otherwise, the plastic splinters and comes apart most of the time. That is probably my picture. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so he's basically just going to have us put the patch panel horizontally here. And then underneath that, I'll do the vertical rack for the switch and the router and all that. Okay. Pretty straightforward. This is Michael. I'm doing well. What date is it? I don't have availability. That's Friday, right?
Yes, it's Thursday.
No, it's Thursday. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any availability right now. We are booked up.
Well,
it'll be next week before we have an opening.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
The fun of trying to stay on top of your jobs and do a job. Okay. So we don't need anything super big on the Velcro. All right, let's see if this will work as I planned it. I'm going to reposition. this manually. Maybe not. Okay, before I do this, I probably need to do a service loop. This will be the best place to do it. Yeah, I've got stuff to attach it to up here, so I'm gonna get that done first. The tedious parts of the job. It doesn't need to be super big. Just got a pole to deal with. actually, I just put one of those on the board itself, so I'll just bring this down about halfway. Okay. Now we mount our patch panel. I think realistically we're done with that. Okay, make sure that you guys can see as much as possible here. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you learned something. And if you see something that I need to learn, drop a comment, let me know. I'm always open to learning. I do not think of myself as an expert. I'm pretty much self-taught, so I'm sure there's lots of Bixie codes I'm not following, but I do my best to do it neat and safe So I'm gonna have my patch panel on this hinge. So I think I'm gonna make it where the panel will swing out this way so that I can lean it up against the board while I'm punching. Actually, I'll probably just flip it over, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. So a regular drywall screw. Got a kind of a small head. Should be okay though. I think we'll be all right. Pushed it up a little bit. Maybe this one will do the same thing. Okay. Looks good. is not the same thread type. Why does it ship? Well, they must have bought it separate. Okay, so that's useless. See if I can find the right thread type. That's not going to sit up there. Oh, there's some washers. Might put those on those drywall screws just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. That's the wrong thread type. Oh, good thing I carry around spare ones. My trusty rack screws organizer. It would be nice. Oh, there's no way. Nope, way too big. And those are small. Wow. Those are bigger. I might be foiled. Nope. That's the smallest thing I've got. And it's just a hair outside. Nope, wait, maybe? Let's see if that just needs some strength or if it's wrong. Ooh, okay. Perfect. There's 1, 2, 3. Being a pack rat pays off. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have to punch this down. I could put it on this hinge and swing it out and punch it over here, but then my cable is going to travel there. I don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is, I've got 1 through 24, so I'm just going to rotate it and leave my 1 down here, and I'm going to terminate it this way, and then when I'm done, I'll just flip it back. Normally, if this was a normal rack without the hinge on it, I would probably just do one in each corner while I was doing the punch down. But because of this hinge, it's going to be more floppy than usual, so I'm going to go ahead and put all 4 in it, even though I'm going to flip it later. Okay, now comes the fun part. So I really want to bring this all from one side or the other. I think I'm going to bring it from here. Do this loosely just so it stays in the area. I'm going to bring them up and bring them all from this end. And then when I rotate it, it should all be behind. But next thing I need to do is get my cable identities. Because I've got everything, I've got a bunch of slack, and I've got all my cables marked at the ends. But I don't want to go through and fight these one at a time, so I'm going to relabel them up close now that I know where I'm going to cut. And then I'll take them one at a time. I'll bring it in. I'll do my stripping and punching. So realistically, if I cut it around, if I just want to be extra safe, I'll cut it here. I'll end up cutting it again, but at least this gets me where I can see the label, so I know which one's cable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. All right, so that is cable 13. Is 15. This is tedious, but it's a lot easier than trying to re-identify your cables. And it's a lot easier than dealing with a ton of slack on the floor. Just get it out of the way all at once. Cable number 2. electronically, number 3. Number 7. Just going to mark that so I know which one's my template, so I don't have to keep looking at it. Or looking for it. You are number 1. My 1 does not look good, so I'm going to write 1. That is 6. Number 4. Number 5. Number 12. Number 10. Number 8. $14. Oh, man. Okay. It was going so smoothly. 14's labeled, so I'm on to the next one. Okay, lost my place. Number 9. And last one. Number 11. Okay, we are looking for B standard. What do we got? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'll show you, I'll bring the camera over and show you this. The B standard is going to be the top row on each side of this label, which if it was flipped over, it would be the bottom row, but make sure we get that right. And then I'll show you how, like, my labeling looks on my cables. By cutting it to this, then I've got all my numbers right here where I can see them, so then I can pull them in and then cut the slack off and go from there. So I'll show you that right quick. Don't get too dizzy. All right, so there's our standard color pin layout. So you can see the B is going to be the top row. It's obviously upside down. And then I've got all of my cables numbered, so I can tell exactly which ones I'm working with. And even when I terminate to the patch panel, these are still going to stay in the background. This will still stay in the background even when I terminate it, because I'm only going to terminate and cut it off to here. So if a future tech comes along and somehow a cable comes off the patch panel or something weird happens, there's at least going to be a label at this point for another technician. Okay, let's see if I can bring you in closer while I'm doing the punch down. Oh, that did not work well. Okay. Hey, if you guys like this live service call idea, drop comments and hit that like button so, it hits the algorithm, the whole thing. You know how that goes. And if you don't like it, let me know, because it's extra work to do this while I'm working. So I would like to know if it's worth the effort. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going this way. You want to terminate your first cable first, because if you try to terminate a cable over here and go backwards, then every subsequent cable is going to be on top of another cable. So you want to start over here and go this way. Now it looks like, how are they splitting this? I guess they're going top and bottom. Okay. right, so when I'm bringing this up to cut it and crimp it, I typically will bring, and we're going to test this theory here, so I'm going to cut it about there, but I'm going to actually cut for my pairs over here because I don't need, all this. So this is the end of the number 1, so I'm actually going to cut it back to the number 2, to the second one over. I'm going to grab my jacket back here. You want to leave enough of a tail for you to get a hold of and work with, and the remainder of it's just going to get cut off when you punch it down. If you come up with some sort of method for yourself that's consistent, then all your cables are going to look the same. Because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring each one in. I'm going to stop the jacket at the edge and then do my pairs all the way out to the next one over. And so the flow of the cable should be very, very similar. And you don't want to bring them all in from the middle and split them out. You want to bring them from one side. All right, so on top we're going to do orange and orange white. We're going to start with brown. Blue is going to be on the bottom. Okay. So there's brown, white. I always use my fingernail to kind of hold it down in the middle. Okay, and then we got blue. Blue, white, green, and green, white. Brown, brown, white, orange, orange, white, blue, blue, white, green, green, white, and that's the P, that's the B. Pretty sure I'm right. But anytime you're starting with a new patch panel, unless it's a brand you do every day, day in and day out, which we don't do in this industry, you want to punch down your first one, go punch down the cable, run a test on it, just to make sure that you haven't misread it, misunderstood it, nothing squirrely going on. And then once you've tested your first one, then you know you can mirror it the rest of the way. Oh, I need a new blade. Oh, in case you're new to this, it's a 110 blade. You'll see there's a little hook right here on this side. That's your cut side. Your tool will also generally tell you the cut side. Blade release, does this one say cut? A lot of times it'll be on your tool. This one doesn't say it. Anyway, bottom line is you don't want to put your cut on the inside, because if you do, you're just going to cut the wire short and it's not going to actually punch it down. So you always want to make sure your cut side is on the outside away from the punch. so that's pretty clean. Now I'm going to go test, actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to go terminate the wall side, and we'll run a test on it, make sure that we've read and understood everything. So, number one, okay, I'm just going to verify where number one is. I made a floor plan. Make sure there's nothing proprietary on here. So the customer sent me a floor plan, and it's PDF, and so I just used my S Pen to make drawings on it to indicate what cable is what. So I know that my cable 1 is at this spot, which I know is this cable, so we'll go terminate that. Before I go terminate that, I'm going to leave my tester on this end so I don't have to walk back here just to hook it up. Actually, this is something the customer sent. So if you ever have a question about a cable, looks really weird, you can just do this. Mr. William, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are
Good. So I'm live, just so you know. So don't talk about your social security number, your date of birth, or anything important that these fine people would love to know.
I'll try this one.
So, all right, they ship their own keystones and wall plates, so we're gonna terminate their stuff. So just grab them and start terminating and wall plating.
Gotcha. Hopefully these ones are ready. Some later ones.
They won't work with our little tool, but
The fast one.
yeah, I don't think so.
Did I leave mine here or is this yours?
Nope, that's yours.
Okay.
Yeah, these are, I mean, you might try that little tool, but I
No, I'll
think,
have this drywall saw.
right, I understand. All right, let's go terminate a cable.
And should I trim some of these down a little bit or just leave that slack in the wall?
I think that, I mean, unless it's insane,
Yeah.
the trick is you just don't want to cut it off before you know, because I labeled them at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I've labeled every cable. So you don't want to like run and cut them all without knowing, or even cut these two before you know which one is which.
Yeah.
So
At least mark it possibly. If
like
so.
that one, that's super long.
Yeah. Okay.
So you would want to cut it.
That's
I mean,
probably-
I would probably leave maybe a couple of feet, 3 feet, because the walls are hollow, so there's plenty of.
Are we still going to go back in?
I'm going to do some cable management overhead.
So definitely leave a little, at least a good amount of room on this side. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because if I have to like go up that rail or something, we want to have space.
Right.
So
I mean,
I would leave like,
Yeah.
this is probably good. That's what, 5 feet? That should leave me enough to pull from the top and use for cable management and routing.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll need any more of that.
Okay.
So,
That way we can mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd that job, that AP swap go?
Well, it didn't go because actually they didn't ship it to the correct location.
Oh, they didn't even ship it?
Yeah.
Did you even find the old one?
So I didn't see the old one, no, but the site told me they haven't had internet this whole time. It's confusing because the new management took over.
Mm-hmm.
New management said they weren't told anything about the network, and they said they haven't had Wi-Fi since they took over, so. I let them know, of course, to make sure they're aware,
Right.
and it was only replacing one AP, and that site is decently sized, and those Ubiquity APs are only rated like 1,500 to 2,000 square feet max. So I was like, you know, there definitely needs to be more
Yeah.
than one.
Well, I mean, from what I read, it was just for the pool area. I
That's
mean,
what-
like, it's
that's
an,
what it-
I would assume if they were, I mean, do they not have any for the rest of the apartment complex?
I guess there's a miscommunication. It's because I don't know if there's something wrong with the Ubiquity controller or manager. Because as far as I'm concerned, they should have more Ubiquity APs on site.
Yeah, you would think.
Because when I got there, site told me they haven't had Wi-Fi for the whole site.
It's really odd they would send one when they don't even have it, but, oh well. We just do what we're told. That's the bottom line. Okay, B standard is on the bottom row. Okay, just like on the patch panel, you gotta match it up. You got different A and B standards. And I forgot to bring a patch cable over. These really thin cables are so weird to me.
Yeah, I don't really understand that completely, but.
I mean, I guess the pairs, I mean, I don't guess it matters, but. Okay, got a pass. So I have read and understood the assignment, which is always good. Our cable management clip on. I'll deal with this later. Okay, now we do the rest of the patch panel. Have you already punched that one down, William?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know before you do the next one.
Okay.
Oh, actually, let's go higher. Let me set this. What I'll do I'll just have you do one, and I'll bring the stuff over there, the camera over there, so people can watch you do it. For those who want to see it. Okay. What's that? Are you ready? All right, cool. Well, go ahead and do that. Just finish the whole plate. I'll catch you on the next one. That way they can see the whole process since it's a double. Since I just moved the poor people over here, and you want me to move them somewhere else? You're so unreasonable. What am I missing? Okay, that's weird. Everyone's laid out different, so I guess I will split it back here. I really don't need that much to mess with. It's actually pretty ironic that you picked that set, William.
Huh?
It's kind of ironic that you picked that set because that's 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So I might be able to stay up with you and we might be able to do testing in real time.
Okay, well, that would be
Yeah.
best case scenario.
So going down that wall, it's all one,
Just like this?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 should be. Because I started with the one that we just terminated over there hanging. I did that as 1, and then I just went clockwise around the whole building.
Okay. Well, let's do that.
Okay, I've got the tester in 2.
You got it in 2?
Whenever you get to that point.
Yep, I got 2 and 3 done. Do you have an extra patch cable to test?
Just
them?
these little
Oh, yeah, I've got
these little strandy things. You have your tester handy, or you want mine?
I'll take yours.
'Cause that's the other. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're all the same.
Okay, you said you're in 2?
Yep.
All right. You take a picture of it as well?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Let me, here. To pass, let me go grab my phone out of the
Okay. Where's 3? There it is. So I'm at the edge. So right here, I'm at the edge of this number 3. So I'm going to make, very similar kind of loop up to it. And I'm going to strip it right at that point.
I'm in 3 over here.
Okay. You're going to get ahead of me because I'm just now doing 3. So you can just move on once you get the wall plate on. I mean, unless you want to wait until we test it before you put the plate on.
Once you get super close. I'm gonna grab do you have the Flambeau tub with wall plates?
I do, but they should. They
Oh,
ship.
they should send some?
Yeah, they sent their own. So let's use theirs first. All right, brown, orange on top. That blue just doesn't want to lay down right. Brown's gonna be first, so let's do that. Okay. Blue, blue, white, green, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, green, white, blue, white, green, white. Brown, white, and orange, white. Okay. All right, 3. 2, 3. Yep, should be in it.
Pass.
I like it when they pass. That makes me happy.
Yes, sir. I say the first two are good. First try, I'm confident the next for the rest.
It definitely helps. All right, go ahead and put the wall plate on it. We'll need to make labels too, because I don't think they sent any labels. It's just going to be 1 through 15. We'll just call it D1 through D15. But keep in mind that wall plate that you're at, so the 1 is the one that's in the ceiling.
Yep.
So yours starts with
Two on
2,
top.
2, 3, so it'll be even numbers all across the top and bottom, odds on the bottom.
Okay.
The reason I cut off that tail is because the more you leave, the more you have to unwrap every single pair. So if you can get down to where you feel pretty comfortable working with 2 or 3 inches, that's the best way to do it. All right, it's lunchtime. All right, I've got the tester in 4 and it's terminated. So we'll have that ready when we get back from lunch. I say we go grab something to eat, unless you just want to work through.
You said what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Are you gonna keep working or do you wanna take lunch?
I'll probably just keep working.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, you could just get these things terminated. Okay.
Tightening that mount, those mount screws, if you do that too tight, that can kind of cause like the faceplate to like
Warp.
a little bit.
Well, yeah, or you can split the wall plate, because you'll pull that plastic in and it can crack it. So just tighten them until they're tight and stop. So, okay, I'm gonna go take lunch. I'll restart when I come back. So 45-ish to an hour, something like that, depending on how long the waits are. And we'll keep terminating and keep doing the wall plates, and I'll show you the wall plate setup when we come back, because he won't be done. He's slow, but we love him. I'm just teasing.